Worcestershire recovered from an indifferent start to their latest Royal London One-Day Cup match with Northamptonshire in Milton Keynes to win by 88 runs, with Daryl Mitchell seeing his side home for their first win in this 50-over tournament, with career best figures of 4 for 19 in List A cricket. Put in at this outground at Campbell Park, Worcestershire struggled through the first half of their innings. In the fourth over, Richard Oliver edged David Willey to Ben Duckett. Willey also found the edge of Mitchell's bat. The Worcestershire skipper held by James Middlebrook for 16, with the score on 39 for 2 in the 10th over. That became 61 for 3 in the 18th as Alexei Kavesi also edged to slip, Middlebrook holding on again off the bowling of Azarola. Halfway through their innings, the visitors had stuttered along to 84 for 4, Tom Kohler-Cadmore clipping this ball from Middlebrook to Graham White at mid-wicket. Northamptonshire were on top, but life against their spinners for Tom Fell and Ross Whiteley was a little easier. Fell produced a crucial knock in what was just his second 50-over innings. This partnership for the fifth wicket turned out to be the crucial one, as it added 94 runs in only 13 overs. Whiteley played the big shots while his young partner worked the ball around well. Whiteley was soon clearing the rope at a small ground where both sides would have been hoping to entertain a good crowd with some large scores. Whiteley struck sixes off White and Middlebrook. He wasn't bothering with any fours at this stage, just going over the top on occasions with ease. Fell reached his 50 off 79 balls in the 34th over, by which time the total had moved on to 135 for 4. He'd hit 4 fours and was leading the fight back with his left-handed partner. This was just the kind of partnership that was necessary for a side which is having a very good season indeed. Fell was out for 72, lifting this ball from Stephen Crook out to Adam Rossington, who held on well in the deep. In the next over, the 40th, Whiteley reached his first one-day 50 in his 23rd innings. He'd used up 55 balls in getting there, and after striking those 3 early maximums, he'd also found the boundary along the ground on 3 other occasions. With 10 overs to go, the score read 188 for 5, and then Crook wrecked Whiteley's stumps to send the former Derbyshire man on his way for 52. The last 10 overs brought Worcestershire 86 runs to give them a good total to defend. Ben Cox cleared the rope off Willey before the bowler exacted his revenge in the same over, as Cox edged a short ball behind to go for 18. Joe Leach followed in the next over, the 45th, pulling Crook out to White to depart for a handy 25, which had come off only 15 deliveries. It looked as if Worcestershire wouldn't bat their overs out when Mitchell McClenaghan was LBW to Azarola, leaving the total on 246 for 9 with 4 overs remaining. But not only did the last pair of Charlie Morris and Shaikh Chowdhury bat out the last 24 balls, but they also added 32 runs, Chowdhury making 30 off 18 balls and Morris 16 off 14 to take their side to a final score of 274 for 9 from their 50 overs. On this surface, that appeared to be a little below par, but the home side began their reply poorly. To the 5th ball, Richard Levy was LBW to McClenaghan before he'd scored. Rossington fell in the 5th over, edging a drive off Leach to Cox on 7. Kyle Kurtzer followed him back 3 balls later as Morris produced a peach to clip his off stump. And in the 8th over, the home side were on 27 for 4 when McClenaghan won a second LBW to remove Matt Spreagle, the top 4 batsmen all back in the hutch with a single-figure score to their names. It was left to Crook and Duckett to try to fix the situation. In spite of the loss of those early wickets, they still played their shots in adding 46 runs for the 5th wicket in 6 overs to take the total on to 73. But then Crook on 23 badly mistimed a pull off Leach to feed Chowdhury a simple catch at wide mid-on. Duckett was now the key man for his side, and with Willey being a player who can change a match in no time at all, then this game was not quite over and done with just yet. In 7 overs, this pair put on 47 runs, taking the score to 120 for 5 after 21 overs. But from there, regular wickets left them well short. On 29, Willey didn't get enough on this shot from Mitchell and was held in the deep by Kavesi. That gave the Worcestershire captain a wicket with his very first ball, and he grabbed a second in his 3rd over. Before that, Duckett's innings was ended on a one-day best of 49 as he was bowled by Chowdhury. Taking pace off the ball, Mitchell then had White caught at long on by Leach before the batsman had troubled the scorers. Mitchell then switched ends to have Middlebrook stumped by Cox. Before the game was finished off in the 39th over, with Ollie Stone giving Mitchell his fourth success, Cavesi with the catch on the boundary's edge as Northamptonshire were all out for 186. Mitchell ending with figures of 4 for 19 from 6.2 overs, his best in List A cricket. That gave Worcestershire a win by 88 runs to kick-start their campaign and put them on the road to Lords. They now return home to take on Derbyshire, who've easily won their first two games. That's on Thursday. Northamptonshire have a week to wait before they go back to Wantage Road to entertain Yorkshire.